is it possible that on the phone right now I've got another legend?
I don't know about that, Gary. I think you'll be very old to be a legend, haven't you? I'm not that old.
No, well, legend can mean sort of like somebody on a pedestal, you know, someone mighty and powerful.
Well, that's very kind of you to say.
Nothing to do with age. I'm not going to dwell on that. No. Nice to have you along here and just sort of taking a moment out of your busy schedule, Leigh. You're Leigh Matty, the lead singer with the great melodic rock band Romeo'S Daughter.
I am, yes.
Superb.
For my sins, yeah.
I'm just checking your identity because I didn't want any imposters to creep in there.
Don't worry. You know. Yes, it's me. It's me.
It's you.
Yeah.
How did the name Romeo's Daughter come about?
If I remember correctly, because it was going back a very long time, we had a few different names that were on the table that nobody could agree to. And it got to the point where we had actually finished recording the album, and Jive Records said to us, okay, it's going to print, you have to give us a name by tomorrow, or whenever it was. And in the song Cry Myself to Sleep, which is one of the tracks on the first album, one of the lines is, I'm a Romeo's daughter, I'm in it up to my neck. And I think it was Mutt, actually, the producer, who actually at the time said, you know, why don't you use this? And we weren't that keen on it, funnily enough, at the time, but we had no option. So we said, okay, we'll use this name. And it was the best thing we did, actually, because I think it was unusual, and I think we kind of grew into the name, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Rather than having it as our name from from years back. It was something that we just had to kind of commit to, and with three people there was only three of us at the time in the band, and management and record labels, and nobody agreeing on anything. That's why we ended up with Romeo's Daughter.
You're doing a few British dates, including one at, is it the Glasgow O2?
No, it's at the Glasgow Cat House.
Ah, Glasgow Cat House,
we're doing Manchester O2.
Right.
And then we're doing Shepherd's Bush Empire next Saturday evening.
Okay.
Yeah, great gigs.
I was going to say, that'd be something to look forward to, yeah.
Yes, because we have a new album out on March the 12th. And really we're just going out just to get the ball rolling with all of that, really.
Mm-hmm. And the new album's called Rapture.
It is, yes.
Yes, I got something right. Hey, woo! I'm having one of those days.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, Rapture. You say that's out on March the 12th, yeah?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, I've got a single here from it called Bittersweet.
Well, it's one of the tracks off it, yes.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to tell me a bit about Bittersweet? What was that about, from your...
Well, Bittersweet is very much one of the crossover songs on the album. It's more of I suppose it's more like a kind of country rock, if anything. It's the vibe of it is quite different to anything we've done before. But it's a song about a relationship that is bittersweet, and it's not always going exactly as I had planned, but it's a love song, really. But I must admit, it's going to be my favorite song on the album. I mean, there's lots of different tracks on the album. There are some tracks there are three tracks that were written, Craig and I did, from 18 years ago, before we actually finished. So there's three very old school Romeo's Daughter tracks. There's a few that are kind of very rocky and in your face and quite thrashy, which are really good fun. And then there's a song like Bittersweet, and about two other tracks that are much more kind of gentle and more melodic, I suppose, than any of the tracks. But I must admit, this is definitely one of my favourites on the album.
So with Rapture, I mean, am I reading between lines again and getting this wrong? Is it like almost a cleaning up operation where you've got like lots of leftover songs from the earlier days, but you've kind of mixed it up with some brand new songs that the guitarist has written as well?
No, I mean, to be honest, there's only three from the old days, and we recorded enough new tracks to be able to just do new tracks, but these three tracks we think were good enough to put on, and we think that the Romeo's Daughter fans that have been really good fans of ours from the off will first of all recognize the songs. Well, actually, it'll be interesting to see if they recognize the songs, but I think they will, because there is a definite style about them. I mean, we re-recorded them, but they, as I said, they were written from a good 17 or 18 years ago. But we want to be very much forward-thinking. We're not just rehashing old stuff. We're doing this because we think we have a place in the market still, and we have some good new songs, and we would like to always be forward-thinking and not harping back on the good old, the good bad old days. We want to be moving forward always, but still very much, hopefully, sounding like Romeo's Daughter, and hopefully our fans still appreciating us for that fact.
Oh, I think they do, yeah. I was looking on a social networking site today, and there's a lot of really positive kind of vibes coming off certain areas of kind of rock fans, you know.
That's lovely. That's very nice. I to be honest, I'm pretty gobsmacked by people's loyalty to. I mean, this is the thing about rock fans, is that if you make a fan in this genre of music, you tend to make that fan for life. I mean, the only reason why we're actually being able to do this is because there were people out there who said, we really want you to do this. If there had been no response to us getting back together and playing, and nobody had shown any interest in us doing this, there have been absolutely no point in this. But the response has been absolutely wonderful, and let's hope everybody likes Rapture as much as we have enjoyed making it.
And is it a stupid question to say why did you call it Rapture?
Well, because it's been pretty rapturous, really. It's been personally, for me, just speaking from my perspective, as somebody who was a singer for a good 15 years, and then to leave it behind, and to be able to come back to it, and not realize how much I had actually missed it until I started doing it again, and the joy that I've had in working with Craig, in recording the tracks and then working with the band. I mean, the joy of standing in front and turning around and seeing these four faces that I knew so well from 20 years ago, and we absolutely are loving every single minute of it. And, we will do it for as long as we love it. If that goes, then there's no point. But at the moment, it's a very, very joyous thing to be able to do this again.